What's up, everybody? Today I'm playing a $10 rebuy on Bodog. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really plan on playing this, but yesterday Bodog had a promotion where they were giving away a free $10, so went ahead and did that. Got $10. Played some cash game until I made $1, so I had $11 total, a little over $11. Bought into this tournament, and now I'm going kind of deep into it. As you can see, there are 21 people left in the tournament, and the top 18 get paid. And the number one spot gets just under $500. So, let's see if I can continue my good run at tournaments. Decent flop for myself. And everyone checks to me, so I'm going to go ahead and stab here. I'm not a huge fan of my kicker. I was mostly just trying to steal pre-flop. Get one call. Two calls. That's a pretty terrible turn. I'm just going to check back here, and hopefully no one donks into me. Oh, alright, this guy's got a flush or two pair or something. Nice hand. You got there. It's kind of funny when they hit, they just donk out like, hey, I got it, guys. So in chat, I'm kind of getting berated for playing on Bovada. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear the first part, or you guys weren't watching this stream, I took the free $10 yesterday off Bovada and ran it up a little bit on cash. Bought it for an $11 rebuy, and I'm going kind of deep in this this tournament here. Just about in the money. Top 18 players get paid. We're on 21 people right now. Doing pretty good. It's Bovada, so these players are obviously pretty terrible. It's basically just been sitting here waiting for hands and then getting paid off when I get them. My stack got kind of low for a bit, but I ended up coolering. Well, not coolering. I ended up destroying and then coolering this one player to my left, like two out of three hands in a row. So the first hand I was short. I had an M of like 4.5, and I just shoved all in with ace four. It's like blind versus blind, and he snap calls with ace king. I bink a 4 on the flop, and he doesn't hit a king. So I double up through him. I have slightly more money. Then not the next hand, but the next hand after that, I believe, I raise with kings, and he just 3-bet chips, and I snap call, and he has queens, and no queen came out on the board. So have a pretty solid size stack now, and have a good shot at taking this down. I just gotta kind of hold on there and rack up some chips. I'm not guaranteed the money right now, but as long as I don't spew off chips, I should be doing pretty good. Dim flops. Look at all those jacks. Just fold here. It sucks because I don't know who anyone is, but everyone has a little number, so I've been taking notes on some of the numbers. But as you can see, I mean, people are just limping on the button and all sorts of goofy things. I mean, I don't think I've seen anyone yet that's played anywhere close to decent. Everyone's just kind of limping in and not really folding, so basically just sit here and try to take this thing down. So there's two players to my left have been kind of calling a little bit wide, so I'm not going to be sealing super wide. King 9 is a pretty strong hand, though, against people that call wide, so I would have raised that hand to try to steal, but the guy to my right obviously re-raised. Just got to fold. He also made it a pretty big raise. I'm not sure what the big raise means because he min raised before with under the gun with jacks and then stacked off. So when he makes it a pretty big raise like that, I'm not really sure what to think. Maybe like ace king, ace queen type hand. I'm not sure. I figure with a jack, he kind of feels like he's trapping by min raising, but maybe when he makes it big, he has a big hand that he likes, but he doesn't really want to see flops. Not sure. Just guessing. It's actually really weird. Whenever I have homework assignments due and I procrastinate by loading up tournaments, I start doing pretty well in tournaments. Last time I had a 10-page essay to write and then a 7-page essay to write. And sure enough, instead I did a multi-table tournament and ended up taking that down for first place. You guys can watch that on YouTube. And now I've got another 10-page essay due on Friday, and I haven't started the reading for that or anything. And sure enough, I started a tournament and I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm not like crushing it or anything, but pretty sure I'm going to make the money. Like, there's a bunch of terrible people putting in a bunch of money, so I'm sure a couple people are going to bust. There's a couple short stackers and stuff, so I think I'm going to do pretty good as long as I kind of maintain my chip stack, maybe double up here or there. I pretty much just have to double up like twice and I'll be the chip leader. So I got pocket nines here. It's a really strong hand. Let's see what happens. So this guy min raises. There's 5,000 in the pot. I think it's a good time to just go ahead and shove it all in here. Risking 23 to win 5. Think about it and then shove. Hopefully he doesn't wake up with a huge hand. Cool. I always have to hold my breath when I go all in when I'm that close to the button or the bubble, I mean. So I'm being asked what's first place for the rebuy. First place, you can see down here, is $473.80. Place 10 through 18 is the min cash, and that's $43.26. And it looks like there's some new people watching the stream. In case you guys didn't hear kind of the story of how I'm actually even playing on Bodog, which I really hate. They have a really soft player pool, but the software tilts the hell out of me. They ended up doing a promotion yesterday where they just gave away $10 for free as long as you just like click a little button on their website. So I did that and kind of ran up $1 in the cash games, bought into a $11 rebuy. It's $10 plus one for the fee, and with one bullet, I'm sitting here about to do a min cash, and I don't know if I go somewhat far. If I make the final table, I'll have a decent little bankroll on Bodog. Maybe I can grind that up, play a little tournament here or there. So these two big stacks to my left are kind of playing passively here. I hope he raises the river. He did that last time when he had the nuts, but wow. Looks like this time he turned a made hand into a bluff. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. This guy is kind of spazzy. I've seen him trap before, where he calls down and then does the whole min raise, well, 3x times raise on river with the nuts. Kind of like slow playing, trying to be all trappy throughout the whole thing. But that time was just check down and then he raised as a complete bluff. So it's gonna be a little annoying in the future if I get into a spot where I have a big hand and he does that. I'll probably end up having to call. So in these types of fields where everyone's just a big loose passive fish looking to see some flops, kind of gotta just hang out and wait for some big hands and try not to run bad. I know Bovada gets a lot of slack and or flack, I should say. And then I'm not a big fan of them, but there are some advantages to playing on Bovada. For instance, I think they do pay out relatively fast, and on top of that, they're anonymous tables, which sucks for you, but it could also suck for your opponents as well. You can use that to your advantage. So you could potentially just be like a short stacker or something, and no one will know who you are. They'll just see you as a short stack. They don't necessarily have to think you're the same short stack that they always see. And you could probably play a strategy like that potentially. Another strategy would just be to be a giant nit and wait for really strong hands. And it's gonna be hard for anyone to know, if that's you or not. So that could work to your advantage. The tournaments are okay because you don't really know anyone anyway, and you can kind of just mark people as fish as you see them play. It does suck that you don't have a HUD, but that's kind of alright, I guess. I mean, I'm just watching these people, and none of them are really playing a really solid strategy. It's very easy. So there's 20 people left, and 19 and 20 are the short stacks. They've got very few big blinds left. And it looks like the tournament is about to go into a 5-minute break. Looks like we'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and leave this up, but I'm going to take a really quick break. Be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back, everybody. How's it going, Big Joker? Nice to see some regular faces. What's up, Derek? Talking to you on Skype. Looks like we'll get started in about 20 seconds. Let's do this thing. Let's take it down. That'll be 2 in 1 week. What is this? The limp under the gun. I know what Derek would say. Let's see if he's in chat. See, I have this little, like, Derek sitting on my shoulder right now just saying I should fold, even though I really want to raise and get it all in, but I'm going to fold. I'm a big nit. There's 2 short stacks left. This guy's pretty short as well, so I'll let him tangle with some other people. Derek always says that in these late game, or mid game and late game scenarios where medium stacks limp, they just got a big hand that they're going for like the check raise with. So far it seems to be true. I don't play that many MTTs, so I can't really verify. But we have the short stack in the big blind, which I think there's a good chance that he might just come along. On top of that, there's a somewhat short stack limping under the gun, so I think it's fairly reasonable to just go ahead and fold. Oh, the guy went nuts. He either hit a queen or was somehow trapping. But the short stacker gets shorter. Alright, so let me go ahead and update the standings here. There are 20 people left, and I'm 15th. Stack's dwindling a little bit, but it's okay. It's kind of what happens when you don't really get hands. We have a hand going on now between these 2 deep stack guys. I'm just hoping for flush over flush so we get to the money faster. Oh. Player number 35 says he has something. And the other guy folds, so... Huh. So, going along here. Got the old 4 or 5 offsuit in the big blind. Hopefully everyone folds. When I have aces, everyone folds, so maybe I can, well, Obviously, one of these guys has something big. Never going to play back 4-5 offsuit. But fortunately, they don't go all in or anything. So interesting. This guy had 3 bets. Go ahead and note that. This guy's kind of aggro spazzy. What's the stack sizes? It's all in. Oh, it was like 40 BPSD? Something like that. Alright, so we have ace-king here. I'm hoping these guys just fold, or if they call and I flop the nuts. I really don't want to do a flip right now. This is a pretty good flop, I think. I'm going to go ahead and bet about 7,000. That'll leave me about 16, and I should have a pretty good river, or a turn size shove. Gotta get the right sizing, of course. Yeah, that turn was AIDS. I'm so glad he folded. Kind of sucks that these 2 guys to my left are giant calling stations, and they love to see flops. They do not respect the minors at all. So it looks like this player 10 guy that was kind of short stacked is kind of bumped up in chips a little bit, and the other short stacked is still a little short stacked. So I'm still in 15th place. There's kind of this gap where if you're kind of under 30,000 chips, you're way down there, but above 30,000 chips, you're kind of solidly up there. So it's going to be kind of my goal to scoop up as many chips as possible. Try not to get into big flips or anything right now, and hopefully I can either get a commanding chip stack or just coast into the cash. Oh. Oh wait, I don't know why I said I thought the short stack was the other guy. So it looks like we have 19 players now. Very nice. I swear, whenever I do decent at a tournament, I feel like I should just grind these for a living, but I probably would never do that unless I played on Poker Stars or Full Tilt. These tournaments, they don't really have the biggest tournaments on these sites. Even though they're fairly soft, they aren't that big. It's like the biggest ones you can buy in for like $30, and the maximum prize pool is like 500 or something, and it's kind of lame. It's kind of like a live tournament, but online. So, not the biggest fan of those. If they had more, I don't know, if it was like the ones on Stars where you buy in for $10 and you can win $250,000 or something, those are the best. Because the one time in my life where I robustoed twice in a week, I want it to be for $250,000 and not for like $100. This ace-10 here actually might just be a fold. Looks like everyone's just going to fold though, which is nice. We have this one last guy who just doubled up, so I doubt he'll play. He'll be happy with his little double up. Cool. So, just cruising along a little bit. I have a feeling that one guy is going to go bust here on the bubble, and then a bunch of players are going to go. I'm back to 13th place out of 19, so I'll go ahead and update that. Not that it really matters. At this point, I'm either going to like be anywhere between 5th and 15th place, or be busto. I got a pretty solid chip stack now. If I happen to double up, I'll be among the leaders, and pretty confident that I can make the final table. Right now, I can kind of hold off for now and maybe steal some blinds here and there, but I'll probably have to do some big flip or 60-40 coming up here, preferably after the button bust. This guy limps. It's 800 to see a $5,000 pot. I think it's okay to call. I'm not super thrilled about playing out of position with a hand that kind of sucks. I guess there is a point, though, that if I fold, that's an extra $800 that I can win if I double up. But I'm not really... I don't know. I don't really know tournament strategy that well, so I'm not sure which is more valuable, the $800 for a double up or that $800 to see a $5,000 pot. So now I have a gut shot and a flush draw, so let's see if I can stab out here and take it down. Hopefully I can just bet here and take it down. I don't really want resistance. This guy that is in position on me now, he's been known to be trappy, but apparently he just shows queen high. I'm very glad he keeps showing me his hands because there's no real HUD or anything, so I kind of just have to get my reads based on what he's showing. And when he shows me a lot, I take some good notes. I'm not going to steal queen 4 just because the guys to my left don't like folding. They like seeing a ton of flops, even out of position, and like limping and stuff like that. So I'm going to wait for some more coordinated hands, even though queen 4 suited is somewhat playable. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, man. So we have two players that are really close to bubbling. And there's just a big all-in right there. I have no idea what just happened. Some guy got it all in with Jack 8 offsuit and doubled up the fish. Well, I shouldn't say fish, the short stacker. Interesting. Hey, what's up, Vacos and Vorpal? Yeah, I'm kind of banking that. I'm kind of banking that people that play anonymous tournaments don't watch my stream. This is just a free roll for me, so uh, I don't really mind. I mean, when I stream cash games, though, I put a delay on it. Obviously, because I don't want people to exploit me. But I feel like if I do this little micro stake stream, I'm okay with streaming live. I think it's more fun because I can interact with people. Oh wow! So we're in the money right now. Um, Guaranteed $43. Not bad. Saw some new people come into the stream here. So yesterday I got a free $10 promotion for Bodog or Bovada. Otherwise, I probably would never play at the site. So I went ahead and made that $10 turn into $11, which didn't take very long. Then I went ahead and bought into a $11 rebuy, and on one bullet, I'm in the money right now. Have a good chance of finishing pretty high up. A lot of these players are pretty bad. I already won one tournament earlier this week, so hopefully I'm gonna have this big momentum and win another one. Oh, what is this? Another player out. Yeah, people are dropping like flies now that they're in the money. Kind of just like being spazzy and doing goofy things. So this guy that just limped is, I believe, the same guy who called off with Jack 8 offsuit. And there's now 8,600 in the pot, and I have Ace Jack. I was gonna shove, but this guy just shoved, so I'm actually just gonna fold. I think that he's gonna get a lot of action. I don't really feel like gambling up with these guys. Hopefully they just knock each other out. I hope number 78 wins over 69. Oh. And we have another one out. Boom. Good thing I didn't call there. Obviously, I just want people to knock themselves out. When they knock themselves out, it makes my equity go up. So, let's see how many people are in it. I think 17 people are left. Nope, 16. It keeps refreshing. I don't know how to refresh it. If I click around it, kind of refreshes. So, 16 people left. I'm still the 13th. There's another pay bump at the final table. So, now my goal is to get to the final table. Let's see, so I'm 13th out of 16. Put a little note that it's in the money. I was typing on Skype. Was that another person leaving? I guess it's just two people that went all in and one doubled up or something. So we have the 6-9 offsuit versus pocket aces. 6-9 offsuit goes ahead and raises it pretty big pre-flop. Gets a shove by aces, and he calls. Okay, so it doesn't say which number under the gun plus 2 is. I guess I could, let's see. Here's under the gun plus 2, and it was last hand, so it'd be this guy. Okay, so it's this guy. He just limp called with 6-9 offsuit, I guess. Or I'm sorry, raise called with 6-9 offsuit. Yeah, so players here are really bad. I just kind of have to pay attention since there's no HUD. They're just trying to see a bunch of flops and go all in pre-flop with 9 high offsuit. It's really crazy. Alright. Oh, oh no. Oh man. I was typing and apparently it's auto switched to this table and forced me to min raise right when I pressed enter. Luckily, Queen Jack offsuit isn't the worst hand ever, but that's a huge chunk of my stack, so I hope he doesn't shoves. I'll probably just have to fold. That's kind of tilting. Hopefully he just calls and I flop big, or he just check folds flop. So he flats. I'm just going to check and try to make a 10 offsuit. I put myself in a bad spot by misclicking here. I'm just going to have to fold. That really sucked. That really, really sucked. Oh well. Pocket threes. Just gonna fold unless everyone wants to limp. I'll see a flop if everyone limps. Hey, what's up, Supreme Gaming? Yeah, that video was pretty long. Might take a couple of tries to finish it, but I noticed that YouTube was saving like videos that I saw. Like if I only watched like halfway through, it was saving where I stopped and was showing me starting the video back like where I stopped the previous time. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know YouTube had that feature. Hopefully we'll have this other video for this tournament. We'll have that up in a little bit. Sorry if I suck at talking. I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I stayed up really late. I was studying last night, trying to do some essays and stuff like that, and then I had to wake up early for a coaching session, and that went pretty well. But I'm only on like 4.5 hours sleep, and just kind of working on caffeine right now. Yeah, YouTube got a new layout too. I'm not sure what to think about it yet. I mean, I like it, but I kind of like the old one too. So I don't know. I think it's just one of those things that I have to get used to, and then I'll probably like it. Alright, so looks like there's 15 people left, and I guess I'm the 15th person. So go ahead and update this. Yeah, if you guys didn't see before, I totally crippled myself by accidentally min-raising. I was typing in Skype and it auto-switched me, and when I press enter in Skype to send the message, it, like, apparently enter in Bovada means min-raise. So I ended up min raising this guy, and it was a really ugly flop, and just completely whiffed and gave up. Didn't want to compound one mistake into another. It's too bad the flop wasn't like ace jack jack or something, and the guy had ace king, or like king jack 3 two-toned. We have an interesting hand here. Huh. Okay. Guess that guy was drawing. So now I kind of just have to wait for a spot where I can get all my money in. There's about 6,000 in the pot, and I've got about 25,000. So around an M of 5, somewhere in there. It's just kind of a spot where I'm just going to be shoving or folding. But since it's an M of 5 and not like an M of 2 or 3, I'm probably going to wait for a pretty strong hand. And usually going to be in position. Not going to raise like pockets, pocket 5s or something all in under the gun. There's virtually no fold equity in these games, so the Jack 4 offsuit does not play. So A7 here. If everyone folds, I'll shove it. Not the best hand ever, but it's towards the top of my range. So it's good. This guy just folds, and I'm going to shove all in. Good luck me. Hopefully this guy does not wake up with a hand. It's okay. You can fold. I know it's Bovada, and you just want to take your $43, but you can fold. It's fine. Yes. There we go. Got the old ace jack suited, the blackjack. I'm going to shove this as well. Unless one of these guys decides to shove. Now I'm just going to fold. I'm not sure what the appropriate calling range would be here. Maybe like ace queen plus and, I don't know, pocket 8s plus or something like that. Got to talk to a tournament guy about that. It's kind of interesting. I'm a cash game player, so I don't do this I don't do this 10 big blind all in stuff that much. I mean, I feel like I'm decent at just tournaments because I know basic strategy and I know how to be like tight, and I'm really good at the beginning stages because it's kind of like cash games where I can outplay people or whatever. It's basically just being able to hand read and like figure out what people have and get value and just set mine and stuff like that. Just basic stuff. Pocket 4s, if it was like cut or hijack, maybe cut off, I would shove, but I feel like middle position, especially with like, I think there's 2 or 3 just super loose passive guys to the left of me. I'm just gonna give this up. I don't want to get called by like queen 8 suited and have to flip. Rather wait for a little more equity than that. I don't necessarily have to gamble right now. So we're kind of in this interesting spot where people are starting to like double up and move up in chips, and people are starting to fall out here. So I think if I saw this right, this guy limp shoved with queens, blind versus blind. That would have been a pretty crazy stack had one of them stacked the other one. Let me check out the hand history real quick. So this little promotion was the thing I did yesterday. Then enjoyed $10 on us. So I saw that promotion, clicked on it, and here I am with at least $43.26, and hopefully $473.80. Knock on wood. So let's see. Queens, small blind. Okay, so the small blind, I guess min raised it. The other guy 3-bet. And then, okay, so that's kind of interesting here. This guy, I guess is, I don't know, he probably folded just because they're both super deep, but I guess maybe he's bluffing then. I think it's kind of safe to say, so I'll take a note on that. It's possible. So let me go ahead and take a note. I'm not sure of the notes. I put a question mark there. That means something that I'm fairly sure of, but I'm not 100% sure. So wow, we just got an ace high versus queen high all in flush draw. So that's another person down. And this guy is really just stacking up chips. Apparently the last guy just decided to completely spaz off with I think 100,000 chips. What's up, Lee? Yeah, Henry II says, hey, going to bank another one in 3 days. Nice. Yeah, it looks like it. I sure hope so. That would be really cool. And then I'm also being asked by Supreme Gaming how I got the $10. If you go on, there's a page on their website that you can click, but if not, you just download Bovada software and click this little, enjoy $10 on us promotion. I clicked it, and it took about a day for me to get it, but once I got it, it was nice. Oh man, this guy is just totally running good now. He got in pocket deuces as an underpair on a 3 flush flop against 2 flush draws, and somehow he held. I think they were they all in pre-flop or on the flop? It's got to be pre-flop. These guys are absolutely insane on this site. All right, so yeah, so they were all in pre-flop. I have no idea how pocket deuces held up there, but that's really good for me because I don't have to do anything, and well, now I have to shove all in, and hopefully this guy doesn't wake up with anything. But now there's 12 players left. Getting close to the final table now. This one guy is running really good, so hopefully he just keeps stacking people. All right. Yeah, let me go ahead and update the little ranking things. 12 of 12 now. I mean, I'm in last place, but I still have quite a few chips, so I can't really be counted out yet. I'm gonna Jerry Yang this. Look out, everybody. I don't think ace-8 is a tight fold. I mean, I do have like an M of 5, somewhere around there, but I was also in early middle position, and I have a bunch of players to my left that are super loose passive and just spazzing off their chips. So there's no real need for me to like gamble it up with players that I have no fold equity against, in my opinion. Um, they're kind of just like shoveling all their chips in the middle, and I can just wait for a slightly stronger hand and get it all in, and get it all in much better. Do you have a link that shows that Bovada has bot set planet? Because I've never heard of that. I can see how it would be more prevalent because no one can really track each other. It's all anonymous tables, but I really doubt that they just have like bots running and they're actively okay with that. It doesn't make sense. I mean, everyone says that there's bots on every site, which I'm sure there are to some degree, but so here I'm just gonna get in here. I think this is ahead of his range. Like earlier, he limped. He's limped some big hands, but he's also limped some weak hands as well. So I think given that there's 7,000 in the pot, I can just shove all in with Ace Jack offsuit here. Hopefully he doesn't have a huge hand and is trapping. Hopefully this other guy doesn't wake up with a big hand either. But I think that my hand is big enough, and good thing he just folds. So that's nice to know that he's capable of limp folding. I don't understand why people ever limp in these games like this. It really makes no sense. Some people try to do it to trap, and it's a little frustrating because it's kind of obvious, but I don't know. Sometimes it works. Wow. So there's another one out. Mm, this is kind of close. There's been a couple of all-ins. It's kind of a tight fold, to be honest. I'm too short to like raise and then like c-bet post flop, but I'm too deep to just shove all in pre-flop. And also in the cutoff and not the button or the small blind. So I actually don't really mind folding there. It's a little tight, but that's why I'm the nit rig, I guess. So it looks like there are 11 players left, and I'm number 9. So I'll go ahead and update that again. So just cruising along. People are dropping out, and I'm moving on up. It's just very nice. I just gotta not misclick anymore. That's my biggest leak currently. Oh, nice. That's really cool that looks like Lee got 3rd place for Player of the Year for Grinder School. nitreg.com/gs. You guys can check it out. That's really cool though. How much did you win from that, Lee? Did you win like a did you win like 3 months of poker training, or was it like a cash prize or something? This guy making these massive raises on the button. Just folds. Well, ace king suited is good. Good thing you raised it 4x. So here I have an M of 5. If this guy folds, I'll shove 10 jack offsuit. I think that's a good spot. Fortunately, when this guy raises, I'm just going to fold. Might be a good spot to re-raise strong ace or something, but no need to really gamble it up with jack high offsuit. Okay, so still 11 people in the tournament. I guess I'm back to 11th place. There's a bunch of players kind of lingering around here, and player 73 is just mopping up all the chips. Looks like we have a pretty big pot going on right now. I'm hoping for like 8-9 versus spades or something. I just want people to start dropping out. Well, there's the 8-9, but apparently he isn't capable of value betting the river. So that might be a good note. I didn't quite pay attention to all of it, though, so... Let me see what the other guy had. So... he raised last hand. I want to see what he has, because if his hand's weak, I can go ahead and shove it. So last time... Oh, wow. So last time he had queen, deuce of hearts. So I think that would make king, queen offsuit a value shove here against this guy. So hopefully it'll run good. Good luck me. This guy has a pretty wide range. So jack, king, queen. Crap. So yeah, that's kind of why I was playing a little nittier earlier, because I knew players were just going to gamble it up like that and just like raise, call it off with 9 high offsuit, and I could find better spots than just having like ace deuce. Like king queen is a better hand, I think, because I'm flipping with low pocket pairs and I'm crushing those lower hands. So I don't know, but thanks guys for watching. I guess I got 11th place, which isn't too bad. Got $43 for free. I might try to robusto that into more poker tournaments in the near future. So I guess look out for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.